Welcome back, guys. I am back, and we are back here at Burnley. I do apologise for the postponement on Tuesday. I had a very, very sore throat. I waited until around about 3 in the afternoon before making a decision. I think that possibly if when you're doing YouTube, you talk a lot much more than when you're not doing YouTube, and so I think that from time to time you are going to get sore throats if you do it. And anyway, welcome back, and I hope we'll be able to get through this next couple of hours without any problems. I don't know if there's anybody in, but if there are, let me know how the stream is doing. I'm getting extremely healthy messages from on my side, so I'm hoping that the stream on your side is going to be just as good. I estimate that we need 9 points to be safe. That will give us 50. That'll give us 450. That'll give us 41 points. I think that will be enough to be safe. The big problem is that in 18th place are Leicester, who we play today. So I'm not feeling very optimistic about Leicester, because the gap over Leicester is 9 points. The gap over Bournemouth is far too much for Bournemouth to actually make up. So it really is all about this 18th spot. We have some very, very tricky fixtures, beginning with Leicester. And I'm having started up the computer again. I'm not sure about this Leicester game. Hello, Gobby. How good to see you, mate. Sorry about Tuesday, mate. I just had such a sore throat. Hello, Peter. Nice to meet you, mate. Thanks for coming along. And I still think that we are in trouble here at Burnley. We will play Leicester today. We're going to play Bournemouth, and we'll probably play Newcastle as well. And these two fixtures, I think Leicester, I'm going to call it now, I think Leicester will be a defeat, because of the points difference. And I don't think the game at the moment sees a 9 point gap as exciting enough. So I think Leicester, I call it now, will be a defeat. But if you remember from last time, we absolutely annihilated Bournemouth and couldn't score the opening game of the last session. And I did call at that point, that means that we are probably going to win the FA Cup quarter-final. I don't know if my experience of this game is going to actually come to fruition. So I'd call it as a defeat to Leicester, but we will be allowed to beat Bournemouth in the FA Cup, having had that draw, that 0-0 draw, which we should have won really easily. I think we may probably be allowed to win the FA Cup quarter-final. That'll be really interesting. That'll set up an FA Cup semi-final with someone. I don't think we'll win the cup, but if we can get to the semi-final, that will be a tremendous achievement. We did have that terrible, terrible time from the beginning of the season. It never took off, and we were in desperate trouble. And if you remember, we then changed the system to this Brazilian retro tactic, and that has just changed everything. I don't know if it's totally to do with that, but at the same time, after beating Oldham, the squad dynamics seem to get a lot better, and since then it's been on pretty much on an upward curve. 9 more points, I think, will see us safe. And in terms of dynamics, it's never been better here at Burnley. In terms of squad morale, it's very, very good. And I think that there's no reason, really, why we shouldn't beat Leicester. Leicester are really struggling down in 18th. Hi, Carla. I think using that tactic so well means that the game engine... I think that the game engine struggles with systems that don't fit what it actually has. And if you want to add a new tactic, which I don't want to do at the moment, you'll see that there's a bunch of preset tactics that come up here. I think there's 12 or 13 of them, ranging from the vertical tiki-taka all the way down to the catenaccia. And so the game recognizes those particular tactics, and it doesn't recognize this one. And although it's set in a 4-2-4, which it should recognize because one of the formations that the game has is a 4-2-4, it doesn't recognize the way the players are laid out. And I think the game does have trouble adapting. And if you look at that, the game knows this particular tactic, and therefore teams can actually line up and play against it. This formation, the game doesn't know it. And that's why asymmetric systems tend to be quite successful. And it doesn't really know this one. So I think when we did change it over, we confused the AI color a little bit. And that meant that we went on the run. I think the biggest problem that we had, though, was the squad dynamics. And I don't know what happened in terms of the club atmosphere, but within a week, that changed from what at the time was abysmal. And then it went to good. And so at the time of that cup game against Oldham, that's something that happened. The players didn't get any better. The players were still the same players. But I think that the game had a problem adjusting to the tactic. It will adjust because it knows this 4-2-4. It has a formation, a 4-2-4 formation. It doesn't understand the positions that we are playing the players in, and that's why I think it's been successful. It's not used to playing this kind of system, especially with like the DLF is coming very deep to collect the ball as well as getting forward, and we have a false nine up here who's also dragging defenders out, and I think the AI struggles to understand what we're trying to do, and it might take a little while before it does completely understand it. And also, if you I forgot what I was going to say, but couple with that some of the roles it's not familiar with, and the fact that it is very attacking, and the AI has to defend a lot more against a system like this. So I think, Carla, yes, I think that this kind of system does confuse the AI. It confuses it a lot. Leicester should be a team that we should beat quite comfortably. We are going to just do what we've been doing. We're going to allow the assistant manager to set the opposition instructions. I'm going to do a video in the A to Z of Football Manager on opposition instructions, but look at it from a different perspective of when you should not apply opposition instructions. And one of the reasons for not applying opposition instructions would be that your players are not good enough to do what you want them to do. And I think in this kind of in the system that we are using, what also has added to it is that we are telling the team to focus on their own game, not to worry about the opposition, but just to focus on what they're doing themselves. And so they're given a sense of freedom rather than having to focus on the opposition so much. And so I'm going to look at that in a video coming up hopefully on Saturday, which will look at when you should not apply opposition instructions, and we'll look at what you would apply and what you would do in under normal circumstances, but then change it a little bit and just look at when you should not be closing down, when you should not be type marking, and as a team why certain instructions are probably not the best thing that you can do. And I'm actually looking at this Leicester team at the moment, and they are very tired. I can see several of their players are not fit, and that might work in our favour. It never seems to, though. Even though we are fit, healthy, raring to go, and Leicester are a little bit fatigued, it never actually seems to work. That you totally outplay the opposition. I'm going with this setup. I'm going with Muric in goal, Roberts, Phillips, Gabia, Kirkin at the back, Gregera and Makuta in midfield. I'm giving Bayic a little bit of a rest. McNally is coming back to fitness, and hopefully Costinha will be back to fitness soon. We just need to get through this game, and then we'll have Leonardo on the left wing, Diallo on the right, with Musa and Asprilla playing up front. And Connor Roberts will take the armband, and some of the team don't agree and feel that Amadozic should have been pitched, but I do want to rest him with bigger games coming up. He's played pretty much every game, Amadozic, for the last 12 or 13 games, and I think that he probably needs a rest. And I want you to pick up last time. It's probably not the best thing to say. And expecting a win is probably not the best thing. I'm going to say the media have given you a lot of credit. The media are actually starting to talk about us. So let's give it that one. Let's continue to try and raise morale here. And let's go and play against Leicester. I just need to make sure that I'm actually on the right speeds. Yeah, I'm on the right speed so I can keep an eye on the game. And one of the things we have to be wary, although Leicester don't have much pace, we are playing with a much higher line, and we have to be wary of balls over the top. And this will be an indication, we're not going to see that highlight, of how Leicester are going to play. And if they're going to play these long balls over the top, we might have to drop the line back a little bit. And but the form that we're in, we shouldn't really be worried about Leicester. We should just go out there, play our own game, and win the game. And we are attacking, and it's good. And Kirkin coming down the left. Let's get the ball into the box now. Nicely done. Asprilla the chance, and it's headed over. And so we've taken the game to them. We are at home. We should be attacking Leicester. And we just need to work out how Leicester are going to play this. Are they going to play possession football? Are they going to look for long balls over the top? Yeah, there's a ball over the top. This is what I sense about Leicester every time I play them, is that they will look for that through ball over the top. And I may need to just make sure that those players playing that ball are closed down or marked out of the game. But we're certainly in charge of the game at the moment, and another chance goes out for a corner. Let's take the lead. We only need 9 points, I think, and I think then we will be home and dry. And if we can get a goal early on in this game, that would be fantastic. Into the near post, headed clear, comes out to Roberts. We're totally dominating them. They don't look like they have a clue at the moment, Leicester. But that doesn't mean there's an example of how Leicester could counter-attack against us. We stopped it, but that could have been disastrous. Phillips, probably not in a good position for him, allowed the ball to be taken, but we've won it back. Leonardo looking for a ball down the line. It's not finding its man. And he's a very, very important player to close down Dewsbury Hall. I'd like to, if he's going to cause problems, I'd like to actually tight mark him. But we'll see how he plays. We are just totally dominating at the moment, but we're just not getting shots on target again. And it's always a worry when your shots are piling up and this is not piling up with it. And tomorrow's episode for Norwich, the first game might shock a couple of people, and this zero figure was a lot higher than it is at the moment, and that's always a good sign when your shots are on target. And so at the moment, Leicester though are not causing us any problems. A draw, will it be a good result? Not really. I'd like to win this. I'd like to put Crystal Palace under pressure. A draw won't be good enough. A defeat will be terrible. It will be as I predicted. But I do fancy still that Leicester will have one long ball over the top and they will score a goal. So we need to score, and I need to figure out if we're not scoring, I need second half to figure out, like, why are we not scoring, and try and find some way to score a goal. But at the moment, it's all Burnley. Leicester are not really in this game, and he's miles offside, but he's missed it anyway. Oh boy. So that's an indication that things are not going so well, because now we've had, well, although it doesn't count as a shot, it's another shot that didn't actually find the target. Here's Leonardo. Come on, boys, you've got this. And I feel like I want to give him a shout, but I don't think it's the right time yet. And that's another poor shot that just doesn't actually do anything. And it's an indication things are not working. So, Leicester have had a shot. But at the moment, 17 minutes gone. Should I be worried? I don't think so. We're not having the possession that I would like. I would like more possession, but here is Leicester's chance, and they fired over the bar. They do have the ability to score from long range, so the high line should actually help with that. But at the moment, it seems like nothing is happening in this game, and we're actually opening up, just like we opened up in the last episode, dominating a game, which will finish at 0-0. And that's like perpetuates that myth that FM re-rolls the dice. When you switch off, then the dice is reloaded. But here comes Leonardo into penalty, referee, penalty. It's not being given. We don't get many penalties. And here's Diallo. Let's get it into the box. That's nice. Leonardo into space. What a chance. We've taken the lead. But is it going to be offside? Was he offside? I think he might be. The players seem to be suggesting that he's offside. It will be a shame. But the goal is awarded. We have taken the lead. And I need to tell Leonardo that he needs to ease off the tackles. Yeah, he was onside. What is the problem here? He needs to ease off the tackles, as well as Connor Roberts. Lovely header from Leonardo. He actually scored with his head in the last episode, if you guys remember that. He's doing well with his head, Leonardo. Roberts needs to be told as well to ease off the tackles. And so this Brazilian system still seems to be working with Burnley, and that will open up a 12-point gap. If we can maintain this, we'll have a 12-point gap over Leicester, which should mean safety, I would think. I can't see Leicester going on a run, winning 5 games in a row. Dewsbury Hall does need tight marking. We do need to sort him out. So I think I'm going to do that in a minute. We'll let this... Oof, boy, that was a tackle. We'll let this highlight go, and then we'll go and tight mark Dewsbury Hall, because he's getting far too much space here. And so somebody needs just to take him out of the game. He's a very creative player in FM, and somebody needs to take him out of the game. But at the moment, though, we're actually leading, and we're holding on to that. Deserved his yellow card. He's on a 6.4 already. I wonder how much of that poor rating is because of his yellow card. Although Leonardo's on a 7.2 and he's had a yellow card. I wonder how much of that is because he deserved his yellow card. Let's take out Dewsbury Hall. We can see that he is a very creative player. And we'll need to put him on his right foot and tight mark him, and then that hopefully will take him out of the game. We'll just make him feel a little bit uncomfortable and not give him the space that he wants, and just take him out of the game, hopefully. I don't think he's causing us too many problems. In fact, he hasn't made a key pass, but I just worry that he might. And take him out of the game just in case. But we are absolutely dominating this game. Leicester have hardly been in it. We've dominated possession. We've dominated the shots on targets. Our XG is far superior. We are way dominating them. And I don't know if this tactic actually looks like how Brazil played. it is a slow-paced system, and it does show sometimes that it is slow, that they do take their time on the ball. There's that ball off over the top I'm worried about. And that seems to be a Leicester way of playing on FM. But we've come forward, and again, it's this slow, controlled possession game, which seems to speed up when they get nearer to the penalty area. So in a way, it does represent that old Brazilian retro style. I'm going to say we've had a lot of shots on target, because we have. Nobody's playing particularly badly. Diallo needs to step up a notch, and Connor Roberts needs to step up a notch. So don't tell Connor Roberts that he is not good enough. And Diallo, I think I might, for Diallo, I might, rather than tell him off on a 6.5, I'm just going to tell him there's no pressure on you, and see if that doesn't help him a little bit. But we need that second goal. I don't want this to end as a draw, as Middlesbrough ended opening the episode last time. I'd like to win this game. So I need that second goal. It's very, very important now. But at the moment, we don't need to change anything, I don't think. We need just to stay doing what we're doing. Leicester are tiring. We have another chance. We've got the second goal. There's your boy, Gobby. Leonardo. He has made it 2-0. That's what I wanted. And now with a 12-point gap over Leicester, they are going to find it very difficult to come back into this. They're not going to win 5 games on the trot and put pressure on us. So this run continues, and I don't know where it's come from, why it happened. Hey, Blob, good to see you. Sorry about Tuesday, mate. I just had a really bad sore throat. But you've joined us as we are beating Leicester by 2-0. And things are looking good. We have that Middlesbrough game again. We have the cup match next, which I predicted we would win because of that poor draw. And that one was close. Who was that fired that? That was Makuta who fired that over the bar. Oh, what you doing in Turkey, Blob? Are you having a good time? You on holiday? And that's headed out. I hope you're having a good time. Whatever you're doing in Turkey, I hope you're having a really good time. We are beating Leicester quite comfortably now. 64% possession. We've had all the attacking play. You enjoy, mate. You don't want to be in here watching an old man play FM. You want to be out there having a few beers, enjoying yourself. Go and enjoy yourself. But thank you for popping in, mate. That's really nice of you. And here's Diallo. Come on, Diallo. Come on, boys. Let's make it 3. Oh, I say. That was close. I mean, I think I remember we beat Crystal Palace in the last episode 5-0 away, didn't we? So where these results... I haven't been to Turkey, Blob, in so long. I think, gosh, must be 20 years ago that I last was in Turkey. Blimey, that's such a long time. I do like Turkey, though. It's a very, very nice country. I love the kebabs. The real kebabs, not the ones we have in the salmonella van on the high street here. Time to make some changes. It's very rainy here, Blob, so you're not missing anything. I've had a couple of rainy days, which I haven't really appreciated. Yeah, I know, Blob, I do love the kebabs. Absolutely love them. Who needs to come off? Who needs resting? Everybody's playing. Connor Roberts needs to come off, doesn't he? I don't have a right back at the moment because But Arroyo can come on. He's been doing actually quite well, Arroyo. As for the young kid, he can come on and play it right back, have a little run out. I want to rest possibly Kirkin and bring on Babaraman. And then I think what we'll do is change the midfield up and we'll bring on Bayek. He can play as the volante. Or we'll possibly Bastian, or maybe Bastian playing as the volante, Bayek playing. And then I don't think we need to rest the forwards. We can leave that for a little while and see who gets the most tired, and then we will. But Leicester are struggling. Not as tired as I thought they were. They're tired in certain areas. I just want to go into the opposition and ask the assistant to deal with that. I think by giving the players the freedom and not to have to worry about the opposition has helped a lot. When we made that decision not to do opposition instructions, to let the assistant manager take care of that, that was a good decision. Because now they can just play their own game. They don't have to worry about it. And by attacking, they're forcing teams back into their own half, and teams are having to defend. And I think, yeah, Carla, you're right. The AI doesn't like it. It's not used to playing this system. You can see Asprilla here playing as the false nine. He's a forward in midfield, and the other forward is here. He's also dropping deep, so pulling these defenders all over the place. And that's how Brazil played. They brought the defence out, and Musa now has burst into the box. What was that? I think a cross might have been better, Musa. Who's looking tired? Leonardo is looking tired. Might be Leonardo needs to come off. We're into their penalty area again, but they've cleared. Let's just win the ball back. Nicely done. Totally dominating the space. Leonardo into space again. Into the box. He's tried a snapshot. I think it's time to take Leonardo off. I think he's very tired. Maybe bring on Cherlanov. And that will do for our subs. How many games in are we? 31 now. I think we're safe. 12 points clear with 7 games left. I think we're pretty much safe now. I can't see Leicester winning 5 of those 7 games to really put us under pressure. But you never know with FM. It likes to make things exciting for people. I think, though, we're safe. All the worries that we had in the first half of the season, all the torment that I went through, somehow in the second half of the season, we've turned on the style and we're playing really well. And we're in again. And another chance, but Bastian couldn't put that away. So we're doing well, I think. If we finish around 12th or 13th, that will be a really good season. That would be like beyond what I could have ever expected, even at Christmas. That would be a very, very good season. I think the game is petering out now. I think it's job done. Very nicely done. We just need to... Oi, oi, oi. Push up, push up. But is that full time? It is. It's Burnley 2, Leicester 0. We've absolutely destroyed them, in all fairness. Our XG wasn't brilliant for that kind of performance, but it's good enough. It was a good win. And that's what I shall tell them. Well done. It was a good win. And so, yeah, 13th place. What we need to do is go above Crystal Palace now. Get into 12th. And then... that will be absolutely brilliant to finish. I mean, I'm looking at the club vision because I never know what a mid-table finish is. But the board are saying they are delighted we are in mid-table. And that we could even improve. So 13th is considered to be a mid-table finish, and being as we were expected to be relegated, and I'm not quite sure what the season preview says now. We're still expected to be relegated. I think we're doing extremely well. If we can get into 12th, finish mid-table, that will be absolutely brilliant. Just need to check when our next game is. It might be midweek. This is a glitch that needs sorting out. And I think I will rest them. I think it's important at this stage in the season to rest them after each game for a day. They don't need to train so much anymore. So just rest them. Training really is pretty much over in March. They're just like going through match preparation now. Positives are many. Negatives are not so many. Goho hasn't been playing. In fact, I probably will sell him in the summer. Long-range shots, we're not a team full of players who can do that, so don't expect that. So yeah, I think that, are we going into an international break? We will, after Bournemouth, we'd be going into an international break, which is when I'm likely to pick up a few more injuries. So Chelsea lost to Bournemouth. Well, that makes it interesting then. Crystal Palace drew with Brighton, and so yeah, kind of consolidates where we are in the league. If we look at, I mean, obviously West Ham, Villa, Everton could overtake us quite easily, but from Norwich down, I think we're pretty safe now. Those teams are not capable, surely. Ooh, was that the youth intake? We have a right winger who's a good prospect. We have a defensive midfielder, and we have a mid-centre. These look like decent players. He's not bad. Not bad. He's physically pretty good. Not bad. Not bad for 15 years old. And then a deep line playmaker. Needs a lot of progression, but he's only 15 years old. He's not bad either. He's very brave, very fit, works hard, can pass the ball at 15. He's got good technique. He's a 15 technique. So he could develop quite nicely. And who's this guy? Centre mid on support. That's where we'll want him to be. What does he do up here? Deep lying forward on attack, finishing of 3. Probably not the best prospect that we have there. So we have a couple of decent prospects. And yeah, I mean, I think 2 of those are very, very good. Costinha is back in training, which is good. Means that Roberts can be rested. Asprilla now is injured. Only for 3 days. Which takes him out of the Bournemouth game. I do believe we can win this cup game. Bournemouth gave us a very, very tough game. We absolutely annihilated them and we couldn't score goals. That's why I believe that we could actually win this. Amadozic can come back into the team now. He's been rested. Gabbia is back in favour. Costinha is still not fit. But I will put him on the bench. I'll play Babaraman, give Kirkin a rest. Maybe Bayek can come in as the volante. Churlanov can come in. Asprilla is injured, so I'll put Diallo up here, and then Larson can play. Maybe we'll give Leonardo a game as the main striker. Looks okay to me, that. It's rested a few players. Wants to switch those over. Not quite sure why. He wants to play Kirkin. I want to rest Kirkin, and I want to rest Musa as well. In terms of the league, the next game is a tough one. I think we have Newcastle. I think we have Newcastle next. And so, if we get anything, a point out of that game will be brilliant. And then Norwich, I'm hoping 3 points there, and that's it, job done. Must respond to what? Oh, the press conference. So let's go and play Bournemouth. Hopefully they are tired after their weekend exertions. Oh, look at that. They are absolutely exhausted. And I don't think we really need to worry too much about them being a threat. Let's just give these boys a little bit of a praise. Musa. I'd like Leonardo to score a couple of goals today. Just give him a little bit of a lift. We can beat Bournemouth. I'll be disappointed if we lose to Bournemouth on the one hand, but I won't be too disappointed because I don't think we're going to win the cup. And it might be better for Bournemouth to go and play Manchester City next, or Liverpool, whoever they are playing. Yep, go ahead and sign these boys. There is a number of decent players here. So looks good for the future. Predict the fans want a win, the board want a win. Sometimes you want and you don't get. But I think we should be beating Middlesbrough. Where are Middlesbrough in the league? Actually, they Bournemouth, I mean. What am I talking about, Middlesbrough? Bournemouth are in 19th. They've been a poor team, and we should be beating them. So let's go out there and beat them. And we'll do exactly the same. He still wants me to play cautious. There's something wrong with him. Something desperately wrong with him. I want to just check. Yeah, Lewis Cook is their main man. So I want to take him out of the game. Left foot type mark him. And that's the only thing I'm going to interfere with. I just don't want to give him too much space in midfield there. So I think we'll go with that. We've got a good team. We're fit. I think we're fitter than Bournemouth. Bournemouth are absolutely exhausted going into this game. So I think we should be clear favourites to win this. Everybody's happy for a change about team selection. Let's go and win this game. I mean, we should be actually not just winning this, but taking them apart. We should be absolutely dominating them and taking them apart. They can barely walk out of the dressing room. They're so tired. I'd like to see Leonardo score a couple of goals today, Gobby. It would be really good for his confidence. He is going to be a good player in the future. He's just a bit young at the moment. Musa, on the other hand, looks like he's been round the world on a pogo stick. And he's taken to this tactic. He's taken to the way Burnley play. And looks good. So let's put these guys away. Penalty, ref. Nope, not given again. It's bobbling around in there. We never get those decisions. And yeah, if that happens in my penalty area, it'd be immediate penalty. we don't get those decisions though. That's nice. Larsson's in. Cross the box. Oh. Come on, boys. You've got to do better than this. You must do better than this. But nice to see again that the highlights are all with Burnley. Pressure, pressure, pressure. They will buckle in the end. They're so tired. They will buckle in the end. But we have to stop passing like that. That was churling off, was it? And there's Cook. Cook is the danger man. So luckily somebody was on him. But we're back in possession, but we've given it away again. Connor Roberts must be feeling very, very tired. And it would be nice to have our other fullback back. And what a chance again. Another chance goes over the crossbar. Boys, we've got to be putting these away. Let's drop them a little bit of encouragement. They seem to respond well to encouragement rather than being berated as well. Remember how this all began at Manchester City and Liverpool. It was encouragement that got them through it. So we just keep encouraging them. They're young. Into space, chance! Who is that? It's Cherlanoff. Was he offside? No, it's been given. The referee has run away. It's been given. But that's like... yeah, I called it, didn't I? That we would be allowed to beat Bournemouth this time. We'll be allowed to score goals. Because we absolutely annihilated them last time. I think there was like 25 shots or something in the 0-0 draw. And I called it at that time, which is probably a good result because we'll be allowed to win the cup quarter-final. And you very rarely win both of those games. You'll win one but not the other. And so when we drew, I had a funny feeling, okay, yeah, we're going to be winning the FA Cup quarter-final. Brighton playing West Brom. We could get a semi-final against Brighton or West Brom. That would be fun. Get into the final. Because I can't see them stopping us. They're actually not tiring as much as I thought they were going to tire. And I just want to check on Cook. He's not having the greatest of times. So tight marking him was the right thing to do. And he's on a yellow card as well. He's got to be very careful. Diallo's in, another chance. Again, we're totally dominating them possession-wise. XG is better. We're creating chances. I'm getting chances on target this time. And that's the big clue. Everything at the moment looks rosy. Having said that, I know you should never say things like that because the game is listening to you. And if you say something like that, it's going to hurt you. But actually, it looks really messy in the garden here, FM. I was only kidding. Here come Bournemouth. Let's win the ball. Babaraman. Gabia. We look secure at the back. It's really interesting how this tactic... Defensively, you look very, very solid. Which is quite unusual for such an attacking... Why wasn't that a corner? That should have been a corner, I thought. But Bournemouth are coming back into the game. They're taking the game to us. Stay in shape. Let's stay calm. We're a goal up. Don't need to do anything silly. Keep the ball. Pass it around. Come on, Leonardo. Let's have a game from you. Let's have a couple of goals from you today. But this is nice. It would be nice to see Bayek spraying the ball around as well. Haven't seen that for a while. Roberts on a yellow card again. What is the matter with that boy? Gregera, Bayek. Nice football. Churling off. Another chance straight at the goalkeeper. Connor Roberts. Good Lord, man. Why is he tackling hard? He's not being told to tackle harder. Why is he doing it? Silly boy. We've totally dominated the game. Match momentum is totally with us again. Cherlanoff's having a good game. Let's get it into the box. Let's get it in. Nice one. Leonardo. Is it in? Oh, how did that stay out? Oh, boy. Let's get the second goal. Come on, let's get this second goal. I haven't scored from a set piece for a while. But good catch from the goalkeeper. Neto. I need a new goalkeeper for Norwich. Tomorrow's episode's going to be quite interesting for you guys. Oh boy, is that a difficult save. I thought this was a difficult save, but Norwich is turning out to be an absolute headache. So many things wrong at Norwich. We need to be doing better than this. I need to tell them we need to be doing better. You're capable of even better. Who's not playing well? Everybody's doing okay. It's Connor Roberts again. Maybe this time what I'm going to tell Connor Roberts, drop him a little bit of encouragement. Just drop him a little bit of encouragement. Keep going. You have the ability. He might be tired. He's been playing game after game after game since Costinha got injured. And he might be tired, which might be causing his poor ratings, his yellow cards. So maybe I need to take him off in a minute. We need to bring Costinha on. Get Costinha back into playing. But at the moment, Bournemouth don't look like they've got anything to offer. They don't look like they haven't made one key pass in the entire game. How many have we made? We'll have a look in a minute. But they haven't actually put anybody into space in the entire game. So we've pretty much controlled everything. We just need to score a few more goals now. They must be exhausted. We just need to keep pushing at them. And eventually they will break. I like this. It's nice. It's slow. But when we go forward, we'll go forward in a minute. Somebody will unleash that pass. And there's a dribble. Ball into the box. Oh, come on, boys. Come on. We've got to put one of these away. Otherwise, this is going to go to penalties. So let's get this second goal. Connor Roberts has improved. He's on a 6.7 now. So dropping him that little bit of encouragement has helped him. He has improved. But Bournemouth are looking like they might be sneaking their way back into the game. They've got tons of space out here. That's well defended. But come on, we've got to close him down now. Close him down. Well defended. Do I need to do anything? It's like they've only had 2 shots, none on target. Do I actually need to do anything? It's always dangerous when they don't look like they're a threat. We're defending well. We're playing okay, I would say. We're not playing brilliantly. We're playing okay. They really haven't offered anything. I want to go back and have a look. They're very, very tired. Extremely tired. We should be now putting them away. Here's a chance. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think, yeah, it's time to make some changes. I think maybe it is actually a good idea to put some pace on at the back. I think I might put McNally in though. McNally is back to fitness. Let's give McNally a shot. Connor Roberts is tired. I want Costinha back on the field. Get him back into playing. Bayek is tired. Makuta can come on for Bayek. Cherlanov is tired. Espria can come on here. Now let's bring Goho. Let's give him a game. And we'll leave it at that for now. Oh, I do want to ask my assistant just to... although I do want to go back and type mark him. I think it was left foot, wasn't it? He's absolutely exhausted, Lewis Cook. Left foot. I mean, look how tired they are. Absolutely out on their feet. But we haven't put this game away yet, and we need to. So I need to drop them a little bit of encouragement. Let's put this game to bed. Come on, you've got this, boys. Nice to see Costinha back. Roberts has done well while he's been away, but now we can spread the load. Oh, another chance. Another chance. 14 chances. 1 goal. Come on, boys. We've got this. We've got this. FA Cup semi-final. Terrible corner. But then we are not blessed with corner takers. We're not blessed with free kick takers either. That's why we don't score many set-piece goals. Match momentum is all Burnley. It'll be annoying if we don't put this game to bed and it goes to extra time and penalties and all that nonsense. Because we should, like in the last game against Bournemouth, we've destroyed them. They've had nothing. They've had nothing to offer. And if they do equalise, I'll be very annoyed. Oh, they are through. Are we going to give away a penalty? The big game penalty. Let's clear that up. Well done, Muric. Hopefully that is going to be the last highlight that they have. We're doing okay. Nobody's playing badly. Nobody's having a bad game. Is it a concentration problem? Is it that they're not focused today? Larson's done well there. Costinha into the box. Chance for Makuta straight at the goalkeeper. Is it a concentration thing, I wonder? If I shout at them to focus or even work harder, because this team is exhausted and we are much stronger and fitter, maybe I need to tell them to work harder. Because it may be that Bournemouth are actually working harder than us. And they are in again. And they're going to score. How does that work? That is something I just can't understand. What have you got to do to beat Bournemouth, who are a rubbish team? Oh, this is dreadful. Oh, and are Bournemouth going to actually win it? Now is the time to berate the team, because this is not good enough. Look at the stats. They've been murdered, and this is the second game that this has happened. This is not the first time that we've murdered them and only drawn. So what am I not doing right? Nakajima is causing problems. Let's go to Nakajima. Let's type mark him. What on earth is going on? Unbelievable. Against an exhausted Bournemouth team this time. Look, we've absolutely hammered them. Hammered them. But 1 goal is not enough, is it? Oh, this is just like horrid. The game should be allowing us to win this, because it should not. This should not happen twice, where you totally annihilate a team and it ends in a draw. It should not happen twice. And what normally happens is the game lets you win this, but it's not letting me this time. Maybe it's just it doesn't want us to progress in the FA Cup. That's probably what it is. I know, I can't believe it. They can barely move. And I don't understand how this has happened. And it's the second time. It's not the first time. Bournemouth did this to us in the 0-0 as well. We had like 20 something shots, and we've hammered them again, and I don't know why it does this. Is that a goal? Is it going to be offside? this is taking it right down to the wire now. I think he's offside. I have a funny feeling he's offside. I'm not getting excited, FM. Yeah, he was offside. See, it's even doing this nonsense now. But I was ahead of the game there. He was offside. This is its way of... How come Bournemouth have actually got all the match momentum here? They can't move. Look at the state of them. So what happens now? Is it going to be extra time? Yeah, extra time. I have to tell them I'm far from pleased. And tell them that it's your own fault that you have to play for an extra half an hour. We should win this game now, because we are far fitter than they are. I can make another substitution, can't I? Let's bring Kirkin on with strengthen at fullback. We should absolutely annihilate them. They can barely move. And I don't know. I wanted a big game from Leonardo. He's had an absolute shocker as far as I'm concerned. He's on a 7.6, but we haven't done enough. He hasn't done enough. But again, it's all Burnley. It's all Burnley. And is the game going to... Does it just want to mess around? Is that what it's saying? I'm just going to mess around. You're going to win it, but I'm just messing you about. Now, again, look, we're getting on 18 shots. Again, it's this on target. We've got 50% on target. That's a good ratio. I just don't understand why this has happened. What is it about Bournemouth? And we're still dominating them. Why is he shooting from there? Tell him to focus. It's like they're winding me up. McNally's on a 6.4 as well. Maybe I need to tell them all they need to work harder. They should be destroying them. What kind of a pass was that? Can make an extra sub now. Yeah, I've already used it. My fullback was knackered on the left, so I took off Rahman and brought on Kirkin. Fullback was exhausted. Oh, you're kidding me, FM. You really are kidding me. Oh, yeah. Whatever, FM. You just do your stuff. It's like they've had nothing in the game. You just do your stuff, FM. I don't care. And we're not going to win the FA Cup anyway. So just do what you need to do. Oh, that is really stupid. They are so tired they can barely move around the pitch. And we are just shooting straight at the goalkeeper all the time. I can't even shout at them at the moment. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Unbelievable. Maybe I need to up the tempo a little bit. We're going to have to run him around a little bit. We'll go much higher. This has been terrible. But there's no reason for it. It's like, what have Bournemouth got that we can't deal with? We're hammering them. And yet the game will not let me beat them. We've absolutely, for the second game, we've absolutely annihilated them. And we got a draw and a defeat. Why won't the game let me beat Bournemouth? What am I doing wrong? This is unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. I guess the game decides, well, we need to make this more exciting. You can't win everything. I need to berate them. Demanding more is not good enough. They need to be berated. Our XG is way better than Bournemouth. Way better. We've had all the possession. All the chances. Bournemouth have offered nothing yet again. Scored twice. I think the only two highlights that they've had. Sometimes this game just does not add up. And it's not like it's just a one-off. It's done it to me twice now. So it will not allow a shot on target now. It's decided. There's nothing I can do. The game has decided. Oh well, we weren't going to win the cup anyway, but it would have been nice to be in the semi-final. McNally's on a 6.2. That's what's done it, is that substitution. McNally was absolute rubbish. Oh, but look at this. There's no reason for this. Just because McNally's had a poor game doesn't mean that everybody's going to start shooting over the crossbar into Rowe's head. Well, we've lost this against a team that could barely move. Sometimes FM is beyond me. I don't know how the match engine makes its decisions, but sometimes it's just completely beyond me. And we have lost. I don't know how. We won't cry over that. It's one less fixture we now have to play. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. We have to focus on the league and making sure that we're safe. We have to play maybe what the game is doing is now is the time we go into this bad run. Aha! That's what's happening. Stephen, mate. That's what's happening. They're going to send me. We've been doing so well. Their intention is to send me into a bad run now. That is what is going to happen. Okay, I'm with you, FM. I've got you. Read you loud and clear. We do have a week to recover, so they don't need to rest. Ten Hag is the manager of Bournemouth, is he? How the mighty fall. What a disaster. Could have been an FA Cup final, that, but hey ho, not to be. I understand, Gobby. I understand. Sometimes its logic defies me. And the way they actually go about, when you lose, you're going to lose football matches. You have to lose football matches. But it's the way they get you to lose football matches that is the problem. And it's not... Yeah, of course you're going to dominate through a season. You're going to get one or two games where you dominate a team and then you lose. But this is the way that they get you to lose every single time. When you lose, you've dominated, and it's every time they do that. It's not, and sometimes, like, on the other foot as well. There is no way in the world, when this began, the two fixtures that this began in, after that bad run that we went on, that dreadful run, the two fixtures were Manchester City and Liverpool. And there is no way in the world, to be fair, that we should have got anything out of those two games at that time. So why? Just because we changed the tactic, the players were the same, morale was the same. Why did we get those two results? And then this, Bournemouth, we have annihilated them. Not just dominated them, we've annihilated them in both games. And we haven't won one of them. It's the way that they do it that doesn't make sense. You have to accept you're not going to win football matches every single time. It's the way that they do it is the problem. And that's what upsets people, is it doesn't make sense. It's not that everybody thinks that they can win every game, that they should win every game. I mean, fair play. Perhaps it might not be the best idea to be in the FA Cup semi-final. It's the fact that I don't know why they do it that way. Yeah, absolutely. And I've been playing this game for many, many, many years now, and it hasn't changed. This nonsense is the same. Now, I don't expect to win every game. You can't win every game. And sometimes, I mean, I have had seasons where I've had unbeaten seasons. And in fact, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I was playing, I think, with Portsmouth, or was it Norwich? And I did have an unbeaten season. And it was, I only drew once as well. And I was really annoyed because it could have been 100% season. But that's not going to happen very often. That's rare. And until I did it this year again, I did it with, was it Benfica that I did it with this year? Or Preston? Preston, maybe. So that was the first time I did that in 4 years. So you're not going to win every game you play. But what the game needs to do is represent your defeats better. If you get beaten, you accept it. But when you're losing constantly and you're not getting beaten, that's what you can't accept. That causes the frustration. So if Bournemouth had actually dominated that game, or even if they had had 20 shots themselves, or we'd had 12 each, they'd had same on target, that's football, that's the way it goes. But the way they go about it, I don't know whether they think it makes it more exciting for people. Possibly. But it doesn't. It has the opposite effect. And I hope they do sort that out. They're going to have a big upgrade, 24-25. And I don't think there's much I can do here. Good. Sort it out. Good. I look forward to seeing him play. Who is he? So, I don't know. I think the other thing that the game wants to do is it wants to frustrate you. I'm going to be offered a new contract. Because if the game can frustrate you, with what you do generally, and it's happened to me in this save, is you take your eye off the game. You get so angry and so frustrated that you just go through the games. You don't focus anymore on what's going on, and that's what the game wants you to do. In order to beat you, it needs to distract you from the games, and you make poor decisions. And so it does kind of it does it to frustrate you as well. I love it. Yeah, fantastic. Let's have a new contract on the table. New contract to be offered. What is my current contract? I think we need some money here. We are on 52,000 per week. I'm on a pretty decent contract as it is. 52k a week. Yeah, I agree, Gobby. Let's send Newcastle home with their tails between their legs. let's put. It is going to be an international break, isn't it? I think 10 days. Yeah, I don't want to. Do I? No, I don't really want to set up a friendly. We've got too many players away, and I'll just use any under 21 games. Oh, but look at these players. 8.2 million for this guy, Danilo. Why can't I get those in my Norwich save? Look at this guy. What do you reckon about him? Look at his mentals. Lovely. He's 22 years old. Look at those mentals for a 22-year-old. Brilliant anchor. Could play Segunda Volante. Deep line playmaker. Is not brilliant as a deep line playmaker. But look at this. Centre mid support. Lovely. Lovely, jubbly. How much money have I got? How much cash have we got? 8 million. Plenty in the wage budget. Oh, I feel like an offer coming on. 8.2 mil. We don't want to give him that. We're going to give him 5 mil up front. And we'll 2 installments of. Now let's go 1 installment. 1 installment of 2.5. Let's up that to 4 mil. Why is it on 1,000? Let's make it 4 mil. Let's make it 4.2 mil. Ooh, they want 8.25 up front. I don't have 8.25 up front. Let's drop them down. Let's drop them down 7.5, 6.5. Gotcha. I think he'd be a good player. Quite like the look of him. Spria is injured. Is that Danilo the same one at Forest in real life? I'm not quite sure. Oh, major reservations. Feels that currently he wants 53 to 68. He probably wants more than that. Well, we don't want these in there. There's plenty of other players. No, you be a big boy. You don't need a player to settle. Yeah, we'll leave that one in. You worry about your job. Star player. Let's go important player. Yep, he's gone for that. Negotiate the. Oh God. 52. So I'll up that a little bit. 58. Yeah, sell on percentage. That's okay. Everything looks okay to me there. Let's just sneak another 100 grand into his pocket. Oh, my lord. Oh, lordy. What's that? 80 mil. 80 mil release clause. Fancies himself a bit, doesn't he? 1, 2. Got him. Let's hope that other clubs don't. Yeah, put on your big boy pants. Yep. Uh, you big boy. Well, do you remember that when Jesus came over to Manchester City? Manchester City had to bring his friend over, and his friend and him used to sit in Jesus's place playing FIFA, and they had to pay for his friend to come over. It's just kind of weird, isn't it? Bless. Oh boy. Oh, here's the contract. What am I already on? They want to give me a 10k increase. Let's see if I can squeeze a little bit more out of them. Let's go 66. Well, they've offered 65. We'll go with that. Squeeze a few thou out of them. 65k a week. That's not bad. Quite happy to take that. I'm delighted, of course. Think of all the spaghetti and burgers I can get with that kind of money, that kind of increase. Absolutely delighted. Let's get to Newcastle. Let's focus on Newcastle now. I actually don't feel like I want to do anything, to change anything. I just want us to go out there, do what we're doing, and if it's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, it's not. I do have a funny feeling, though, the game is going to put me into a downward spiral here. But I think it's just making it more exciting. I think we're going to be safe. I think we're safe. And I think that it's going to play with me a little bit now. It's going to try and upset me. But we just got to stay calm. We're safe. I know. I know that I would never have told anyone either. Please, Manchester City, can I bring my friend? We like to play FIFA together. Possibly, yeah. I don't think he's the only one who's ever had that done, but it's probably the most famous one, isn't it? Oh boy. I mean, there've been other players who've come over here who've not needed to bring their friend with them. Another problem on the loan spell is that playing in the wrong position. Good. Let's not make any promises, though. The best 50 wonder kids in the world. So really, I should go through these. I should be a naughty boy, shouldn't I, and go through all these and just like say, okay, let's scout him. And anybody who's got a value of around 10 mil, I kind of think that's cheating. Who's this guy? Mbemba? He's from my Norwich future. He looks like a very good player, though, doesn't he? How old is he? 19 years old. I feel like this is cheating. Because you as a manager, I mean, do you get a list of the best wonder kids in the world and then you can go and scout them? Who's this guy from Dortmund? I don't know. I think this is a part of the game which is cheating. This boy looks good. Forward again, though. Plus a winger. Give him a scout. Let's give him a scout. Oh, he is scouted. But scout again for 1 week. Update me. He looks like a decent player. I mean, I suppose I should actually just spend time going through all that, but I still think that it's cheating. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you go through that? Um, do you go through that and scout them and then line them up to sign them in the summer, or do you see that as cheating? I don't like doing it. Oh, I don't like doing this either, because it doesn't work if you highlight them all. Yeah, I can't ask. How do I do this? Let's just do nothing, because it'll delay the decision anyway. Apply. They've got to make you do Gobby. Do you go through that list and line up the Wonder Kids to buy in the summer? I mean, maybe that's why I'm no good at transfer windows, because I don't do that. I don't think that managers have that opportunity in real life, so I kind of think, no, your scouts have to find them. He's good though as well, isn't he? 10 mil. He's a brilliant fullback, can play all along that line there on the right. We have to keep an eye on him. How old is he? 26, 4, 5 good years. Yeah, he would be a good signing. Peacock Farrell, call up unlikely. Well, he hasn't played, has he? Leonardo has learned to break the offside traps. Look at that, 2 Burnley players in the Player of the Month. Cherlanoff has done well since we changed the system. I was actually thinking about selling Cherlanoff, but he's done really well since we changed to the Brazilian style of playing. Yeah, is it this? Who's brought it to our attention, though? The top 50 Wonder Kids in the world. Oh, where is that email? Where does that email come from? I've lost it now. Anyway, it's gone. Where is that email? Oh, yeah. So it's come from NXGN. It's come from your press officer via who are NXGN? Whoever they are. So I guess if it's come from your press officer, then it's been brought to you by a member of staff, then I guess it's okay. So maybe I should spend time going through that, and I'll do better in the transfer windows, because I never do. So maybe I should do that. So yeah, I'm going to do that from now on, Gobby. You are the transfer market expert. I am hopeless at transfer windows. Absolutely hopeless. But that might be a reason why. Cuts in the side. Okay. Gregera injured. Oh, that's something I didn't want with Newcastle coming up in a couple of days. Yeah, that's true, Gobby. Yeah, it's true. So, yeah, maybe I'm going to change my ways and I'm going to actually look at that list in my saves from now on. I'm not going to spend time going through it now, because you guys would think, oh my God. Peacock Farrell, don't offer a new contract. Interesting. Oh, these youngsters. Keep Loney at the club. Well, I don't want to do it yet. Coutinho, Amadosic. I don't like doing that either. Danilo has actually agreed terms, waiting on his work permit. Hopefully that'll go through, and then we will have signed our first player for the summer. McGlynn West. Sunny Pickup. That's a great name, isn't it? Sunny Pickup. It doesn't look like a great player to me, but I'll take your word for it. Cherlanov Bayek. Sunny Pickup. Oh, here we go. Newcastle coming up. You see, again, he wants Kirkin in at central defender. So I will set up. Coutinho should play, I think. And Kirkin can come on as the left back. McNally had a very poor game last time out. I'm going to leave it with Gabia and Amadosic. Although I might bring Phillips in. Yeah, let's go with Phillips. And then swap those over. And Bayek and Gregera, I don't really see any need to change that. I thought I had a Gregera's injured, isn't he? So Makuta. So we'll switch those over. Makuta can do just as good a job. Cherlanov, Ashpria can come on there. Diallo can play there. Musa and Asprilla. Yep, that suits me. That looks like the team for me. Oh my good lord. No, I'm not interested. So Danilo set to sign for Burnley. Oh, 6.5 million will be deducted from the current transfer budget. Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay. I thought they were going to deduct it from next season's budget. I just wanted to spend some money. So how are the finances looking? We're doing fine. We're doing fine. No problem. So we will accept that deal. I quite like the look of him. Good player. I quite like the look of him. Can play in this DM role. Play as the anchor. Very nice. Very nice. Quite like the... Yeah, come on, Gobby. Let's do the AI. I mean, I should, I suppose, set up for Newcastle. I think if I interfere and give them too much to do, then it probably will not be beneficial. I think that what I want to do is to have a look at who their players are that are playing well, and then just deal with them. Because the assistant doesn't always highlight who's playing well. So we go and have a look at their data hub stuff. Maximan is playing. He's very pacey though, isn't he? He's a very pacey player, yeah. So we need to hard tackle him and turn him onto his left foot. He's playing well. Kieran Trippier is also playing very well. And Vitinha, well, of course, he's a very good playmaker. So there's 3 players that we want to take out of the game. But I won't be surprised to see us go into a poor run now. I think we've been done a favour after what happened to us. We had this recovery, but now I think it's saying time for a bad run. I'm kind of thinking, should I change my tactic for this game? But no. Let's go with what has been working. And we have arrived. We've picked our team. We just want to add to the assistant's instructions, and then we can go and play the game. I'm not expecting to win this. I'd be very surprised if we get anything out of this. Gregera is fit. And I do like Gregera. Crystal Palace. Have they played? There's no big... Cool, look at that. Norwich 4, Manchester City 5. Norwich have jumped out. Leicester have gone in to 18th. There were a couple of West Ham... Aston Villa lost to Bournemouth. Bournemouth are doing very, very well. Leicester lost. So we can afford to lose this game. It really doesn't matter. Attacking to defensive. Nah, we attack. This is Burnley, you know, we attack. So we do know... Oh, he's not playing. Trippier's not playing. Some Maximin... I think... Some Maximin has a left weak foot, hard tackle and left foot. And then who else did we? Vitinha is the playmaker with tight mark. Vitinha. Does he have a weak foot? Yeah, left foot. And it's those players we need to target. Do we have to hard tackle them? Yeah, they aren't that strong, are they? Okay, we'll go along with that. So let's go and play against Newcastle. Who's this? Diallo is offended. Offended? Matthew Target is physically stronger. What am I asking Diallo to do? Have we got a hard tackle on Target? No? Oh yeah, we have. Let's take that off then. Let's get Diallo to close him down. Segundo is, it's not exactly a playmaker. He's like a defensive midfielder, but he's a very aggressive forward-thinking midfielder. He's like a pivot for them. He will go forward very, very quickly. His main job is defensive, but he will go forward very quickly, and he will leave his place, his space. He will leave a space. And so when you play a Segundo, you need to play someone like an anchor with him who won't move, who will just hold his position. Even a DM is probably not good enough to play with a Segundo, because the DM will also counter-attack, but an anchor will just stay there. So he can pass, but mainly he's a ball carrier, and he will just make runs forward, but he can pass, and he will distribute the ball as well as carrying the ball, but he's just a very aggressive defensive midfielder. And Gerson in Brazil was an excellent example of one of those. I'm trying to think of a modern day example of a Segunda Volante. Just trying to think of a really good modern example. Somebody who was a defensive midfielder but was Rodri. Rodri is a very good example of a Segunda. The forward runs he makes, but he's like a ball winner. He's a distributor. He does the whole lot down there, but he will leave his place. he'll go wandering. I'm gonna say ignore the recent praise. Play your game. So yeah, it's a really good role in FM to use. But if you're going to play a double pivot at the back, then one of them needs to be like an anchor. If you're going to play a volante, one of them definitely needs to be an anchor, or a half back. And yeah, I like playing with the Segunda Volante. It's an interesting role, but he also needs to be good enough to play it. Needs to be able to pass. He needs to be able to tackle and mark. Needs to be pretty much a complete all-round player at the base of the midfield there. It's not started very well against Newcastle, but I will drop him a little bit of encouragement. I'm not expecting to get a result here. Never was. I think the AI is going to try to upset me here today with a 6-0 defeat or something. But it's okay. We're not expected to win. And Brentford are beating Manchester United, are they? But you never know what's going to happen. But it's all Newcastle at the moment. They're absolutely tearing us apart. And is it going in? No, well defended. He's just like some Maximum is having a run all over the place there. Well done, well defended. Now let's break. Counter-attack. Come on, Leonardo. Let's have a big game. I know you're young, but you can do it. That was pretty good football from back to front there, but not quite the accuracy with the pass. I think if we could bring in really good players for some of these positions in the summer, it would be a very good team playing this way. Just getting a few really good, 3 or 4 really good players in key positions, centre back being one good full back and one good forward, a winger who can play on either side. Just 4-star players coming in, that would be awesome. You never know what could happen. But it's all Newcastle. But we frustrated them. It's well done. We frustrated them, and we're doing all right for a team who should be getting thrashed. That's nice by Cherlinoff. Oh, what a chance. Oh, we're certainly taking the game to Newcastle, aren't we? Come on, Burnley, you got this. Get 3 points here, and then that will be game, set, and match. And we're certainly taking the game to them at the moment. Newcastle had the better start, but we are the better team at the moment. But that's not going to help. Thought the deflection was going to take it in then. Who's below us? We just want to make sure that Aston Villa have two games more than us. But it's all Burnley at the moment, isn't it? Even though Newcastle have had 7 attempts, it's all Burnley. Highlights are all Burnley. Come on, let's get a goal here. Come on, boys, you got this. Oh, Bayek, you need to do better than that, my son. You're a better player than that. I mean, we've actually taken the match momentum away from them. Oh, Leonardo's got himself injured. That's not a good thing. So, who do I have? Musa, of course, is the replacement. Musa is going to be playing a few games then, is he? But that actually might be the game telling me you're going to have to switch back to a single forward. Because now we've only got 3 forwards. Good defending, good defending. Keep your heads, boys, keep your heads. Almost half an hour gone, 0-0. Gosh, we'd take a 0-0 and bite their hands off for a 0-0. Oh, error! We're in! We're in! Oh! Oh, boy. Are we going to do a Bournemouth on them? I don't know. It's just too much to ask. I don't know if we're doing a Bournemouth. We're actually the better team at the moment. We are better than them. Look at that. I mean, I've seen Sam Maximin do that in real life. His shooting is not his forte. But we are actually taking the game to them now. We are the better team at the moment. There's a couple of players like Cherlanoff's not playing well. Need to give Cherlanoff a shout. Fire, focus. Come on, focus, boy. And then Aspria's not actually playing well. We'll demand more from Aspria. He's got poor work rate. Come on, boys, you got this. Newcastle are clearly the better team. But highlights have been mostly with us. So give them a game. That's all we can ask for. Where's that going? Oh, Cherlanoff is just well isolated out there. Can we win this ball? No, we're not even competing for it. But Diallo's won it. Well done. Come on, let's get it forward. Come on. Somebody do one little pass. Split them open. Nice. It's only going to take one pass. You got this. Oh, Cherlanoff. Oh boy, we've had all the highlights. Newcastle have not, although they have had more shots than us, we've had most of the highlights. So is the game saying our chances are better than Newcastle's have been? We've certainly given them a game though. Is this going to be Manchester City and Liverpool all over again? Cross into the box, another chance. Oh boy. We've only had one shot on target though, which is always a bit of a worry. But we're giving them a game, and that's all I could ask of them. I'm going to drop them a little bit of encouragement now. We're almost at half time. We won't... I know they won't let me score, but in all fairness... It's a fairly even game. Newcastle are just edging it in actual fact. Our highlights are slightly better. Our chances have been slightly better. But Newcastle are actually edging it. So if you lose this, then you hold your hands up and say fair and square. But here it's Cherlanoff again. He must score this time. He still can't. But he is having an absolute nightmare, Cherlanoff. 6.2 now. He's got to come off. Well done on controlling possession. Yeah, you're in this game, boys. Cherlanoff's having an absolute nightmare. I'm going to bring on Larson. Can Diallo play on... Yes, he can. So I will ask those two as well to switch over. We'll switch the wingers over. So that hopefully will confuse them, create a little bit of space. What has happened here? That's better. Everybody else is doing okay. 6.5 for Aspria. We're going to have to keep an eye on him. And it might be we'll have to switch Diallo with Aspria. And anybody need a talking to? Yeah, Aspria needs a talking to. He's injured, isn't he, Leonardo? Musa's playing quite well. So you've not been good enough. So get your act together. So unfortunately, Cherlanoff, for all the praise he's got prior to the game, he's just let me down. He's had so many good chances. But still, we are winning the ball defensively, causing them headaches at the back. It's just keep this going. It's going to be Newcastle 2-0, I think, but we've given them a game. It's fairly even. They are like much better team than we are. And there's that ball over the top. It's the pace now will do us. Good save. We're still in this. Still in this game. Only just, though. And they fired over the cross. But their shooting is terrible. They've only had 1 on target from 12. Come on, boys. Let's drop them a little bit of encouragement. You've got this. We can do this. Come on, come on. Passing it around, but that didn't work out. Through ball. Oh, and there it is. Oh, come on. Is he a sub, Isaac? Does he come on as a sub? No. We're supposed to type mark him. Oh, it's just that through ball. Gobby, that's your fault because the commentators curse there. Defending really well. I mean, they were defending very well. But and they are a better team than us, and they have been better. It's just that the game gave me a little bit of hope because our highlights seem to be better than theirs. But it was false hope. I don't expect to win this. You can't be angry with the game if you lose to Newcastle. Because these are games you shouldn't win. You could with a little bit of luck, but not every time. But we could still get a draw. Come on, boys. Aspria, come on, do your stuff. Nice. Nice bit of acceleration. Oh, where was the cross? All that work you did, and all you needed to do was cross it. But look at this break. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Is it time to make some changes? Yeah, I'm looking at that. Yeah, Gobby, don't do that. Commentators curse. You know about that. At the end of the day, I did say that I thought the game, after the Bournemouth defeat, the game's now going to take me into a run of defeats. I could be wrong, but it's going to like have me lose 3 or 4 games. That's to try and frighten me. But I think we're safe now anyway. Where's Larson going? Should have passed it, should have passed it. I think I probably need to make some changes now. But I do fancy it will be 2-0 this game. Maybe even 3. Yeah, the ball over the top's destroyed us. Absolutely destroyed us. So we need to bring the line back. And he's destroyed us. Time to make some changes. It's just a simple ball over the top. We'll use the pace. But I can't be too displeased about that. Oh, we've got another highlight. I want to make some changes. Let's drop them a little bit of encouragement. There's that ball over the top again. They've just suddenly worked out how to beat this tactic. Just lump it over the top. But they are struggling. And they're still defending well. They're still doing all right. Right, can I make some changes now? They are getting tired, and we are getting tired now as well. It's this stamina business now. 6.3 for Asprilla. Diallo switch over. I don't have another winger though, do I? Larson can go there. Rojo can come in here. And I need to tell them not to switch now. Why does it keep doing that? Stop it. And then Bayek is very tired. Gregera. And the fullback who's on a yellow card. Oh boy, never mind, we are still in 13th. We are still pretty clear of the relegation battle. There's only 6 games left after this. And with the 2 or 3 of those are really tough games. And we've got Norwich next. That's a must-win game. Norwich is a must-win game. If we win against Norwich, I think we're safe. Because then we'll have to play Tottenham, I think. And then there's another big team after that. We'll demand more a little bit. Encouragement isn't working too much. Oh, so close. Makuta's so close. Goalkeeper saved that, did he? Go on, let's have a goal. Give us a goal. I think with a couple of very good additions, a couple of very good players, this team could become quite good. Maybe 4 good players up through the middle, centre backs, a good forward coming in. This team could be very good. They've certainly got a good all-round squad. They're good. They're good with good mentals, and that's really what you need coming into the Prem. Just those really good mentals. Forget the technical stuff. Doesn't matter. So they are a good all-round squad, and if you then bring in now 4 good technical players, then you could have a very good squad for next year. Qualify for a European competition. And again, we are taking the game to Newcastle. We've done well, I think. Attacking is the best form of defence. But there's always a chance that they're so good they'll score again. I thought Muric was going to make an idiot of himself there for a minute. But he did well. He's on a 6.4. He's let us down a little bit today. Goalkeeper's been blamed. I'm not quite sure how you could blame the goalkeeper for those goals. But a couple of players have been poor. Kirkin's been poor. Larson hasn't been great. You need games like this, you need everybody to play well. That's a terrible pass. Who was that? Musa. If you can't pass it, then you're not going to win the game. Oh. Well defended again. They've defended well. Fair play to them. Against this pace of this Newcastle team, they've defended well. Who's this? Yep, well defended. Demand more from Larson, demand more from Diallo. They're not playing very well. Teams are getting very, very tired, though, coming into the back end of the season. Even we're tired today. Oh, 2 defeats, Bournemouth and Newcastle. That wasn't good. I was expecting to beat Bournemouth. But we did have the most important game was the Leicester game, and we beat Leicester quite easily. So that was the most important game today. Next time, the most important game is Norwich. It's a must win. That will see us safe. That wasn't to be. I don't want to be too hard on them. You're the underdog. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, well, let's tell them. I'm not happy with your defensive work. That's what you wanted me to say. So make your mind up. Ah, boy. Crushing blow to morale. Oh my God, Leonardo is out for 7 to 8 weeks. It is. I do have to change back now. I have to change the system now. And I was forced to do exactly the same in Norwich. And now it's injured one of the key players that allows me to play this system. I can't do this with one. I have to have 4 forwards. So we have to change the system back now. That's a bit of a blow. And here we go. There's the bad run coming. We need to stop it against Norwich. Because Tottenham, again, if we lose against Norwich and Tottenham, that'll be 4 defeats on the trot. And then Man United, Chelsea, the bad run is coming. And it might decide we can win one of the last 2 games to be safe. But at the moment, the game has put us in a fairly comfortable position. We are still 12 points clear of Leicester and Norwich with 6 games to go. I'll be very surprised if they can overtake us. And I'd be very surprised if that's the last point that we're going to get. When is the next fixture? No, they don't need to rest. There's plenty of time. Okay, so that's going to be it. It's now getting on for 10 o'clock. It's going to be it for tonight. Thanks for coming, guys. Really do appreciate it. I actually really enjoy doing this. Shame it didn't work out in terms of results. Results have been poor. But the big game was Leicester, and we won that one. Bournemouth, I have no idea how that happened, and I didn't expect to beat Newcastle. So, thanks for coming, guys. Really do appreciate it. And we'll be back on Tuesday. And we will be very close to the end of the season then. Tuesday we'll get through Man United. We'll have 3 games left then after that. I think by next Tuesday we are going to know if we are going to survive or not. I think we are. So I will see you all next Tuesday when we go through this pain and despair again. Oh, nice to meet you, Forrest. You've been sitting there very quiet. Stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I missed Tuesday because I had a sore throat. So I'll come back tonight. So we'll be back next Tuesday. We'll play another 3 games next Tuesday, and we'll be almost at the end of the season. Then we will finish the season in a week. So we'll know next week how we fared. We've done well, I think. I think we've done really well to achieve what we've got. And let's hope we can pick up a couple of points next week. And go out on a winning streak rather than a losing streak. But yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you next week, Forrest. And thanks for coming along. Glad you enjoyed it. And thanks to everybody else. Gobby, always a pleasure to talk to you. And we will see all of you next week. Thanks for coming. Don't forget, if you haven't already, leave a like on the way out. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon.